Welcome to Women's World. I am Oinlala Sali. On Issues Today, we go all the way to Ghana, where female commercial drivers are fast emerging to examine their effect on the country's transportation system. We will let you in all the latest happenings in the world of women in this past week. On Life on Top, meet a designer with a different eye for style. And today's trends, it's all about staying fit and looking good during pregnancy. Tweet us at TVC Women's World or get in touch via Facebook or Women's World TVC News. Stay tuned.
It's 6 a.m. in Accra, Ghana, and Victoria Okonoe is checking her car engine before leaving for work. The 34-year-old operates a trotro or minibus taxi in the capital. She wants to take advantage of the morning rush hour to transport commuters across town. Victoria started out as an apprentice in 1995 and later got jobs driving similar taxis. Today, she owns 3 trotros that ply different routes in the city. She's the only woman in Accra who drives a public transport van. Victoria makes about $90 every day from the business.
The reason why I like working as a driver is that I like manly jobs. My father was also a bus driver. I also like sports and I used to play football too.
Victoria is good for us as a driver. He's a competent driver and at the same time humility and then respectful at the same time.
Victoria's work has inspired some women in the city, like Rita Arhin. Rita is a hairdresser by profession. She's also one of 4 women who've been sponsored by development charity Transaid to learn how to drive commercial vans. Emmanuel Echo Fletcher is a manager at Transaid.
We are going to save costs, and that means that can be translated onto the market women and then the ordinary market folks in Accra. Our area is focused on transport management, road safety, and access to services, goods and services.
About 2,000 women sell vegetables and fruits at the Agobloshie market every day. Last year, Transaid donated vans to the Women's Market Cooperative Society so that they can run their own trotro business. Rita will be working with women from the market, and most are looking forward to this as they lack reliable transportation for their bulky goods.
The female drivers, they have pity. They are very humble. When you tell them to do this for you, they will do it. But the male, when you tell them to put your goods here, because of money, he will never do it. And these are goods, when you don't pack them well, it will get spoiled. But the female drivers, as she is a woman, and she knows what's wrong with these goods. She can protect your goods very well for you.
According to Ghana's National Road Safety Commission, majority of accidents in the country are caused by reckless commercial drivers, most of who don't have training on road safety. About 4 people lose their lives on Ghana's roads every day. May Obiri Eboa is the Deputy Director of the country's National Road Safety Commission.
We know that by nature women do not take as much risk as men. They are more patient and they would do something, they may think twice before taking certain actions. And I think if more women get into this profession, driving on the road will be more palatable in Ghana.
After class, Rita attends to clients at her hair salon. She plans to go into full-time driving once she completes her course.
I will get more money in driving than the hairdressing, because you can sit in the salon the whole day and nobody will come in. But if you drive a van, there will be work. You will always have customers.
Meanwhile, Victoria is taking a break at the bus terminus. She likes to catch up with other drivers as she waits for passengers. With the money she makes, she's been able to save up for more investments.
I'm building my house now, and I intend to open shops in front of the house. I want to own property so that when I grow old, I can stay home and collect money from my businesses.
3 vans will be used to provide traders at Agobloshie with transport services for now. It may not be much, but the women agree that having a fleet of their own is already a significant step towards changing the problems they face every day on their way to work.
Coming up next, find out which country in the Arab world has been called the worst place for women and which Mandela is getting all the media attention. All this and more on our news segment.
Nelson Mandela's extended family is not new to being in the public eye. Their trials and successes have been aired for public scrutiny for decades in South Africa. Now it is the turn of the former statesman's granddaughter, Zulika Mandela. The 33-year-old released her book, When Hope Whispers, which tells of her struggles with alcohol, drug and sex addictions, losing 2 of her children and fighting breast cancer.
I've had these challenges in my life, these unbearable circumstances that have happened in my life, and that I'm using my own life experience to help somebody else that's struggling on their journey.
Zulika also recounts tales from her childhood, describing life as a member of the Mandela family.
My regard, being who I am, there's a social responsibility. There's a social responsibility. I can't run away from that, and instead I feel I embrace it. One of the things I learned so much about my grandparents is that that you always have the power in you to make a difference in somebody else's life, despite your own challenges.
The book launched at Emperor's Palace in Gauteng. Sexual harassment, high rates of female genital cutting, and a surge in violence after the Arab Spring uprisings has made Egypt the worst country in the Arab world to be a woman, according to a poll by gender experts. Egypt was ranked 22nd below Iraq and Saudi Arabia in polling on 22 Arab states' treatment of women. The island nation of Comoros, where women hold 20% of ministerial positions and wives generally keep land or the home after divorce, came out on top. More than 300 gender experts in 21 Arab League states and Syria rated the countries according to different issues affecting women, including politics, reproductive rights, and gender violence. Iraq was ranked second worst after Egypt, followed by Saudi Arabia, Syria, and Yemen. In politics, Egypt's uprisings have brought disappointment for women, with female representation in parliament falling from 12% to just 2% following the abolition of quotas. Entertainment, music and sports stars walked the red carpet ahead of the 62nd Miss Universe pageant. 86 contestants take part in the competition. Billionaire and pageant co-owner Donald Trump told reporters what his criteria were for the perfect Miss Universe as he walked the red carpet at Moscow's Crocus City Hall, the venue of the pageant.
I think that the great definition, you have to have the outer beauty, but you also have to have the inner beauty. If you don't have the inner beauty, we have some women that are incredibly beautiful, but they don't have the heart. And if you don't have the heart, you can't have the great beauty.
American rocker and Aerosmith frontman, who serves as a judge for the storied pageant, said he was looking for the woman with the most to offer.
Brains and brawn and guts and attitude and body and face and hair and just all the whole package, how they walk, how they hold themselves, everything, you know?
The pageant participants will compete for the Miss Universe Diamond Nexus crown in 3 categories: swimsuit, evening gown, and interview. looking out of her window, 19-year-old Hajar can still remember the horror she faced at the hands of gunmen from the Islamist sect Boko Haram, causing havoc in the northern town of the country. The Christian teenager was kidnapped near her village in the Guza Hills, a remote part of the northeast, while picking grains for her grandmother.
When they captured me initially, I thought I was going to die because I was tied up with a rope around my neck and they removed a knife to slaughter me, but they later left me alone.
In a new twist to the increasingly vicious insurgency, Boko Haram have started abducting Christian women and forcing them to convert to Islam before marrying them off to commanders. She became a Muslim, cooked for the men, carried ammunition during one attack on a police outpost, and nearly married one of the insurgents before engineering a dramatic escape.
I managed to escape when I pretended that I was having stomach ache for about a week. So when they discovered I was having prolonged illness, they said that most of the Christian girls are harlots and that they should bring me down to the hospital so I can be tested and married off to one of the insurgents' brother. So from there, I escaped.
Dozens of other teenage girls remain in captivity. Over the past 4 years, Boko Haram has killed thousands, targeting the police, military, politicians, and then turning on minority Christians in Nigeria's predominantly Muslim north.